In today's class, we're going to work on something called the lizard crawl. Now, this is an important movement because it can help with our strength and mobility overall. And learning something new can help to challenge your brain. So not only are we learning a new skill and improving the mind-body connection, but we're also increasing the white matter, studies suggest, in the brain by challenging ourselves, learning something new. So we tend to get stuck in our ruts in yoga and really in anything, and we get good at certain things and we're not challenging the brain as much. So we're going to introduce this new movement and then a couple new stretches at the end to just challenge the brain a bit. So let's get started either kneeling or sitting cross-legged for some breathing meditation. With your eyes closed, go inward. And give yourself permission to empty before you begin. So empty physically, let go of any tension you can feel you're holding. Empty emotionally, whatever charge you came onto the mat with. Empty psychically, and let go of past and future. Let yourself be present. Breathe in through the nose, expanding the whole 360 degrees of the rib cage. Keep the neck and shoulders calm, and as you exhale, feel all four sides of the rib cage draw in towards the center and down towards the hips. 2 more breaths like that. Slow breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Open your eyes, but keep your focus inward. And let your eyes be soft, taking in the whole 180 degrees in front of you instead of focusing on one thing. This is our dristi, our yogic gaze. Then round your spine, chin towards your chest. Tuck the tailbone towards the knees. Then flip your tailbone away from the knees as you roll the spine into extension. Roll the shoulders back, open your chest. Tuck the tail, round it towards the backs of the knees as you round through the spine. And flip the tail the other way. One more. Tuck the tail, round. Flip the tail into extension. Come to neutral with your spine. Come to your hands and your knees. Bring your right foot up to the outside of your right hand. And we're going to do some mobilization here to help with what we're going to need for the lizard crawl. Reach your right elbow down to the ground. As you exhale, let the front ribs release in and down towards the pelvis. Then as you inhale, keep the integrity of the front rib cage as you twist. Reach up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Hold in the up position. Now lift your back knee as you reach your right arm overhead. Lower the back knee as you reach your right arm up and back towards your back foot. Lift and reach over. Lower back knee and reach back. Last one, lift back knee, reach over. Keep your back knee up as you raise your right arm up. Bring both hands down to the ground. Hold here for a breath. And as you exhale, see if your right thigh can drop a little deeper as you keep the back leg strong. Step into plank position. Try not to lift your hips as you slide your right leg back. Hold in the plank and slowly retract your scapula. And then protract, reach them into your hands, scapular push-up. So just pushing up using the scap strength. 2 more times. Hold in the up position. Step your left foot up to the outside of your left hand. Drop your back knee, reach the left elbow down. Rib cage deflates. Inhale. Breathe into the whole 360 degrees like we practiced at the beginning. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Hold, lift back knee as you reach left arm over. Stretch and reach through the arm. Lower back knee, reach back. Exhale, lift back knee, reach over. Inhale, lower back knee, reach back. Exhale, reach over. Now keep your back knee up as you inhale, stretch your arm up. Both hands down. Lift your back thigh. Connect your front ribs towards your pelvis as you lengthen through the core of your spine. Reach the sit bones back and let the left thigh sink 1 inch deeper without dropping your back thigh. Keep back leg and spine strong as you step your left leg back. Plank position, 3 scap push-ups. Don't let your lumbar spine sink. Hold at the top. Push the ground away. Squeeze your legs and your glutes. Knees down. With your toes curled under, sit back onto your heels. Then clasp your hands. And we're going to make a figure 8 movement. Or just a circle with the wrists, whatever you're coordinated enough to do. Change the direction. Then raise your arms up in the air. Squeeze your hands, make fists. And then reach and spread the fingers. Just do that 5 times. Take your arms out in front of you. Palms up. 5 times. And then pull the fingers all the way back towards the elbows, towards the waist. And then go the other way. 1 more time, as much stretch as you can find. And then the other way. Good, now come onto your hands and your knees. And with your hands right underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips, curl your toes. Now lift your hips up like you're going to stack your shoulders up over your wrists. Lift, push the ground away. Lower your knees down. Sit back on your heels. Raise your arms up. Hands back down. Lift up. Come up high onto your tippy toes like you're going to stack up over your wrists. Knees down. Sit back. Arms up. Last one. We'll come back to this later for our handstand practice. Preparations. Lift up onto your toes. Push the ground away. Reach through your blades. And set your knees down. Stretch into child's pose or downward facing dog. Then everyone to downward dog. Reach into your hands and raise your right leg up. Exhale, bring your knee to your right armpit. pull it up. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, knee to chest. Now set your knee down close to your thumb. Slide your back knee back and inhale like you're doing up dog. Now curl back toes under, stretch up and back into three-legged dog, lift the right knee into the chest and then reach it back. Change legs, lift the left leg up. Exhale, knee to left armpit, pull up as high as you can. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, bring knee to chest, pull up, push ground away. Set knee down, up by the thumb. Slide your right knee back into the stretch. If it feels like you're too long, you can scoot the right knee forward a little bit and then lift back into three-legged dog. Change legs, one more round, pull the right leg up, three-legged dog, push into your hands, push the ground away. Exhale to your pit, pull up high. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, knee to chest, lift as you push the ground away, knee to nose. Set your knee down, slide your back knee back until you feel the stretch. Inhale, grip your buttocks towards your back heel as you lift your heart. Exhale, stretch back into downward facing dog, stretch the leg up. Change legs, lift your left leg and inhale. Exhale, left armpit, push ground, pull up. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, knee to nose, lift. Set your knee down by your thumb. Slide your right knee back until you feel a stretch and inhale. Grip your buttocks down towards your back heel as you lift your heart. Curl toes, stretch back, three-legged dog. Lower that foot. Now walk your hands back to your feet, one handprint at a time. Drop into your deepest squat that you can. Then bring your hands behind your head. Let your head drop. Lift your butt up, keeping your head down. Roll yourself up one vertebra at a time. Squeeze the glutes, engage your back muscles, open up your chest. Look up. Then roll chin into chest and roll yourself down. Drop your buttocks into the deepest squat that you can. Lift your hips back up. Roll yourself up. Engage your glutes, open up your chest as you squeeze your back muscles, lift your heart. Elbows in, roll back down. Drop your buttocks, squat as low as you can. Now take your arms forward. Staying low in your squat, reaching the sit bones down, lift the arms as much as you can without tensing up your neck. Now lift your shoulder blades and see if you can raise the arms a little higher. Bring your hands down and walk back out. Downward facing dog. All right, now we're going to practice the preparation for the lizard crawl. So walk to the back of your mat. And very important for this is if you look at the palm of your hand, you can see the padded part here along the pinky finger side and the thumb side. We're going to try to land on that pinky side and then roll to the thumb side when we do this walk, letting the hand roll very softly. And we're going to try to coordinate one arm with one leg. So come into a downward facing dog position and then lean into your left hand, take your right hand forward and roll it just like so. And then step your left knee up towards your left elbow. Then set the foot down. Then reach your left arm. Roll from the pinky side to the thumb. Pull the right knee up. Bring it to the right elbow. Set the foot down. Reach the right hand. Roll it nice and smooth. Left knee up. Set the foot down. Reach the left hand. Roll nice and smooth. And we're out of room. Walk back now to the back of your mat. Good. Now we're going to try that same thing, except we're going to try the hips a little bit lower this time instead of all the way up like downward facing dog. All right, here we go. This time start with your left hand. Reach your left arm, roll the hand, and pick up your knee, step the foot. Now, see if you can reach your right arm, and before you set it down, can you lift the back leg? If that's too gnarly, just practice how we did the first round. Knee to elbow, set the foot down. Left arm reaches, right leg up, roll the hand, knee to elbow. Right arm reaches, left leg up, roll the hand, knee to elbow, and then walk it back. Now when you go to walk back, see if you can do the opposite hand, opposite foot. Pick up the foot first, then the hand as you walk it back. Tricky, tricky. Set your knees down for a moment. Now we're going to practice the hip rotation. What we're going to need to go lower and lower, we need to be able to rotate the hips. So for this, step your left foot forward, all the way up to the outside of your hand. Lift your back knee up. And this is going to look like the side plank on the outside edges of the feet. So raise your left arm straight in the twist and then spin onto the outside edges of your feet as you lower your right hip down. You can scoot your left foot back if it feels like too much stretch. And then we're going to reach the left hand back towards the right leg as you look to it. And now lift your right hip, reach your left arm overhead. Then lower hip back down, reach back. We're gonna do this 5 times. To make it more challenging, press into the outside edge of the foot and lift the whole back leg and hip as you reach over. If that's too much, you can keep the back knee down. 3 more. If it feels like too much on your wrist, just don't lift that leg all the way up. You can always take breaks depending on your mobility in your wrists and shoulders. Hold in the up position. Now spin the feet, the back heel up as you plant your left hand down. Come into the deep stretch for a moment in the lunge. And then change sides. Step back into plank position as you step your right foot forward. So the lower you can keep your hips as you're changing from plank, the better you're going to get at this as well. Twist, roll into the outside edges of the feet as you raise your right arm. Then lower the left hip and you can scoot your right foot back for less stretch in the hip, forward for more. Left hand plants, look back towards your hand, and then reach, lift hip, reach the arm over, and slowly lower. 4 more. You can keep a bend in the back knee also so that it's not so much pressure on your shoulder and wrist. Last one. Hold at the top position, reach over. Now spin the back heel up as you plant the hand down. Hold in this lunge position for a moment. Step into plank position. Change sides, slide the left foot up. And now spin and roll onto the outside edge of the left foot. Press the ground away from you, lift your hips. Round your upper back as you spread the blades. And then slowly lower your hips like you're doing upward facing dog, except you have this front leg in the way. Lift back up. Slowly lower. Lift back up. Step into plank position. Change sides. Right foot forward. Now roll onto the outside edge of your right foot. Slowly start to lower the hips like you're doing up dog. Then push the ground away, hold in the top position. Spread the shoulder blades, lift the rib cage, lift the pelvis. Slowly lower hips as you inhale. Exhale, back up. Last one, slowly lower. And back up. Step into plank position. Glide back into downward facing dog. And lie down onto your back. Come into bridge pose or Urdhva Dhanurasana. Lower yourself down and take a breath. Lift back up. Lower yourself down and take a breath. Lift back up. Lower your hips down. Open your arms out to the side. Cross your right ankle over your left knee and slowly let your legs fall over to the left. Now, if you prefer, you could also do the hug a knee in and twist version. Whichever twist you want to go for. Come back to center and change sides. Come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. See if you can hug in and make yourself into a little ball and grab a hold of opposite elbows. Then, take happy baby. Reach out to the insides of the knees, grab a hold of the outsides of the feet. Then bring the soles of the feet together so that the heels, big toe mounds, little toe mounds touch. And grab a hold of the pinky toe side of your feet. Come back to the knee together position. Grab a hold of the opposite elbows. and stretch your legs out for Shavasana. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for class today. If you'd like to finish with a 5-minute guided Shavasana, then you can click this link over here. If you'd like to finish with a 5-minute silent Shavasana, you can click this link here. Shavasana is the most important part of your practice, so I recommend that you finish with that. I'll see you next time.